Very much new this morning, an argument nearly turns deadly after a woman tries to settle it with her pickup truck. News Channel 5's Deja Knight joined us from the CJC this morning. Deja, this woman police say tried to use her truck as a weapon?
Yeah, that's right, and definitely a situation that you don't want to be on the other end of. Nicole was charged with aggravated assault yesterday after, like you said, she tried to use a pickup truck as a weapon. So it happened here in front of this Phillips 66 that you're seeing on your video right now. This is on Rivergate Parkway. Now, luckily, the gas station, it held the key to arresting Cisco because it had surveillance video. We're still working with police to get a hold of that right now. They are still keeping it under wraps for the investigation, but they say that that video showed Cisco and a man in an argument. He got out of the Ford F-150. The police didn't say what the argument was about, but the victim, he stood in front of the truck, and that is when the tires started spinning. And according to police, Cisco floored it and almost ran him over. Luckily, he was able to jump out of the way, so she was booked last night. Her bail was set at $10,000. We're live at the Criminal Justice Center. Deja Knight, News Channel 5 HD.
Deja, thank you for the update. Meantime, a child went to the hospital yesterday after getting hit by a truck. Police say the 8-year-old darted out of an alley in front of the truck on Garden Street in the afternoon. The driver could not stop in time and clipped the child. Luckily, the little boy only suffered a few cuts and bruises. He should be okay. That driver's not facing any charges. A woman flying from Dallas to Boston had to spend the night in the Davidson County Jail over the weekend after some bad behavior forced the pilot to land that plane here in Nashville. Suspect's name, Mary Lentz. She was on the American Airlines flight 2214 when she became belligerent, they say, and tried to run toward the cockpit. Passengers were able to restrain her until that plane landed. Now, once on the ground, it kind of continued. Lentz was charged with multiple counts of assault, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest for when Metro Police showed up.
And in just a few hours, we're going to get an update on repairs to that massive water main break last week. It's been 5 days since the 30-inch main broke near Thompson Lane, but there are still dozens of homes with little or no running water. Metro Water Services holding a press conference at 9 o'clock to discuss the next steps. We'll be there. Check for updates on our website throughout the day, newschannel5.com. And a water crisis of a different kind continues in northeastern Ohio this morning. Nearly 500,000 people haven't been able to drink their tap water since Friday because of potentially dangerous toxins. Andrew Spencer has the latest.
Volunteers outside Waite High School handed out case after case of bottled water. National Guard troops also set up stations where people could fill buckets and jugs from huge tanks of purified water. These were about the only options, as many as 400,000 people had to stop using their tap water when officials realized late Friday that the water supply had been contaminated.
You're used to having the water all the time, and it's something that you're used to, and you just can't have it.
Blooms of algae in Lake Erie create a toxin called microcystin. With the algae thriving, that toxin enters Toledo's water supply. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says the toxin can cause nausea and potentially acute liver failure. The tainted water created another problem for hospitals in Toledo.
All weekend we've only been doing emergency surgeries, and the issue isn't the surgery itself, it's the instrumentation that's used in the surgery. A big surgical case could have 7 trays of instruments that need to be sterilized.
Many of those instruments had to be shipped to hospitals outside the area for sterilization. In most of Toledo, the levels of microcystin had dropped to what is considered a safe level by Sunday night. But overnight, the mayor still wasn't ready to lift the water restrictions.
I am not going to isolate part of the city. So therefore, I've instructed our people to go resample and retest, because I am not going to take any chances with this community's well-being and health.
Andrew Spencer, News Channel 5 HD.